Let me ask you something that most people are too polite to say out loud. Why do so many folks seem to go downhill fast after 70? Not a slow, graceful decline, but like a steep drop off a cliff. One year you're walking 3 miles a day, and the next, you're winded getting out of a chair. You've seen it. Maybe even felt it. But why does it happen? The truth is, it's not just age. It's not some invisible clock that strikes midnight on your 70th birthday and suddenly, poof, you're fragile. No. What really happens is a slow buildup of small mistakes, beliefs, and habits that quietly chip away at your strength, your independence, and your spark. Think of it like this. Your body is a bank account. Every healthy choice is a deposit. Every ignored symptom, skipped walk, or processed meal is a withdrawal. By the time most people reach 70, the account is running low. And if you're not careful, that balance hits zero faster than anyone expects. One of the biggest culprits? People start shrinking their lives, literally. The moment they retire, they move less. They talk to fewer people. They challenge their brains less. And all of that has a cost. Muscles shrink, bones weaken, connections fray, memory dulls, and that vibrant, curious person becomes someone they barely recognize. You might have noticed this in friends or even yourself. It starts innocently enough. You skip the gym for a week. You stop going out when the weather gets bad. Then you say no to lunch with a friend because it just feels like too much effort. Before long, the world outside your door feels far away, and your body starts believing you don't need it anymore. But here's the twist most people miss. 70 isn't the beginning of the end. It can be the beginning of your second prime, if you know what to change. There's a reason why some people live to 100 and beyond, with sharp minds and strong legs. And no, it's not luck. It's not just good genes either. It's 6 key habits that turn the aging process on its head. Before we get to those secrets, we need to name one hard truth. Most seniors don't die because their bodies give out. They die because their routines do. Because once you stop using something, your balance, your memory, your voice, your curiosity, you start losing it. And unlike in your 40s or 50s, the body doesn't bounce back as quickly. So what's the first silent killer after 70? Isolation. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. Studies show it increases your risk of heart disease, dementia, and early death. And yet, so many seniors live alone, eat alone, and go days without meaningful conversation. You might think you're doing fine, but your body feels the emptiness. Your brain starts dimming the lights. Second, inactivity. Not moving enough shrinks your muscles and shortens your life. And no, walking to the mailbox doesn't count. The human body, even at 70 or 80, craves motion. Without it, blood flow slows, digestion weakens, joints stiffen, and your balance, your literal ability to stand tall, begins to vanish. Third is medication overload. As people age, doctors often stack pill after pill, one for blood pressure, one for cholesterol, another for sleep, another to offset the side effects of the others. It becomes a chemical soup, and most don't question it. But those combinations can sap energy, dull mental clarity, and sometimes cause more harm than good. The fourth reason: people stop learning. The brain is a muscle. If you stop stretching it, it tightens up. If you stop feeding it new challenges, it slows. Reading new books, picking up new skills, or even learning how to use new technology keeps your brain young. Most folks don't realize memory loss isn't always inevitable. Sometimes it's just boredom. Fifth, they stop dreaming. Seriously, ask a 20-year-old what they want to do next. They'll give you a list. Ask most 70-year-olds. They'll say, I'm just taking it day by day. But the mind needs a future, a goal, a reason to wake up excited. When you stop planning ahead, your body starts giving up early. And finally, diet. Not just calories or carbs, but nourishment. Seniors often eat less, but they also eat worse. Processed foods, too much sugar, and not enough protein or fiber. Nutrition becomes an afterthought when it should be front and center. What you feed your cells determines whether they repair or decay. So now we've laid it bare. These are the quiet destroyers of senior health. Not just time itself, but what we do with it. But here's the good news. You can flip the script. It's never too late to start rebuilding. The human body has a remarkable capacity for healing, even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s. Let's dive into the 6 secrets that help people not just live longer, but live well beyond 100 with a clear mind, strong body, and full heart. These aren't fads or trends. These are patterns seen again and again in the lives of people who thrive in their later years. The first secret is movement. Not just exercise, movement. There's a difference. Exercise sounds like going to the gym, lifting weights, counting reps. Movement means walking to the store instead of driving, gardening, stretching when you wake up, dancing in your kitchen when no one's watching. People who move naturally throughout the day, not just in a 30-minute slot, stay more agile, keep better balance, and maintain stronger bones. Think of your joints like hinges. Use them, and they stay smooth. Stop using them, and they rust. The second secret is purpose. Every centenarian in those blue zones, places where people live the longest, wakes up with a reason. It might be a garden to tend, a grandchild to help raise, a community to serve, or a puzzle to solve. When you have purpose, you don't wake up with dread. You wake up with direction. That energy carries your body through the day. Your mind sharpens to meet the challenge. Purpose is the best free medicine there is. The third secret? Connection. Human beings are wired for community. As we age, our circle often gets smaller. Friends pass, families move, routines shift. But people who make the effort to keep meaningful relationships, weekly phone calls, monthly game nights, even just chatting with neighbors, are happier, less stressed, and live longer. Loneliness causes inflammation. Love, laughter, and companionship do the opposite. They heal. The fourth secret is food, but not in the way most diets tell you. The people who live to 100 don't eat out of plastic wrappers. They don't skip meals or drink sugary sodas with every lunch. They eat real food, mostly plants, colorful vegetables, healthy fats, and modest portions. They don't starve themselves, but they also don't stuff themselves. And many of them follow something called hara hachi bu, a Japanese habit of eating until you're about 80% full. Turns out, your stomach and your cells both appreciate moderation. Now, the fifth secret may surprise you. It's adaptability. The ability to adjust when life throws a curveball. Most people don't make it to 100 without some storms. Grief, health scares, financial changes. But the ones who do, they bend. They don't break. They cry, then they get up. They lose, but they rebuild. They accept change and keep moving forward. Adaptability keeps your stress lower, and lower stress means lower inflammation. And that's the hidden root of many chronic illnesses. And finally, the sixth secret is curiosity. Yes, curiosity. People who stay curious stay young. They don't say, "I'm too old for that." They ask questions. They try new things. They're not afraid to be beginners again. Whether it's learning how to paint, picking up a new instrument, exploring a new hiking trail, or figuring out how to use a tablet. Curiosity keeps the mind awake and the soul alive. A curious mind doesn't grow stale, it grows sharper. So let's recap for a second. The 6 secrets to a long, vibrant life beyond 100 are movement, purpose, connection, food, adaptability, and curiosity. No pills, no expensive memberships, just habits, just choices, just small daily decisions that compound into something extraordinary over time. Now here's the part no one tells you. It's not about being perfect. People who live the longest don't count calories or live in the gym. They don't worry about every little thing. What they do is consistent, joyful effort. They live with intention. They take care of their bodies and minds the same way you might care for a garden. A little water every day. A little sunlight. Some pruning when necessary. And patience. And when things go wrong, because sometimes they will, they forgive themselves. They rest. Then they get up again. Resilience isn't just physical, it's emotional too. You're going to have tough days. You're going to miss a walk, eat something you shouldn't, or feel low. That doesn't end the story. It just makes you human. What matters is that you don't stay down for long. One more thing. Living to 100 isn't about chasing a number. It's about what that number gives you. More time with family. More sunrises. More laughs. More chances to say, I love you. To forgive. To heal. To dance, to play. To remember. And to make new memories. Longevity isn't the goal. A full, meaningful life is. So if you're sitting there wondering if it's too late to start, let me be clear. It's not. Today is not too late. Tomorrow isn't either. Your body is listening. Your mind is waiting. And your story isn't over. So where do you begin? With all the noise out there, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But remember, the people who live past 100 don't follow complicated routines. They focus on what feels natural. They stack small wins. So let's walk through how you can bring these 6 secrets into your life. Not someday, but starting now. Start with movement. Don't overthink it. You don't need a fitness plan or a trainer yelling at you in spandex. What you need is consistency. Walk around the block every morning. Stretch when you get out of bed. Stand up and sit back down from a chair 10 times. That's a squat, by the way. If you can't walk far, move your arms, twist your torso, roll your ankles. The point is to send a message to your body. We're still in the game. You'd be amazed how much stronger you feel in just 2 weeks of gentle daily movement. Then there's purpose. Ask yourself, what gets me up in the morning? If you don't have an answer, that's okay. Create one. It can be small. Start a daily ritual of writing down one thing you want to do that day. Water the garden. Call your niece. Learn a new word. Purpose doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be yours. As for connection, here's the challenge. Reach out. Make one phone call a day. Write a letter. Visit someone. Join a club, even if it's virtual. Say yes when someone invites you to lunch. Don't wait for others to come knocking. Be the one who knocks. And if that feels hard, start by making eye contact with someone and saying hello. That small act of warmth could be the start of something beautiful. Now food. Look at your plate. Is there color on it? Not food dye color. Real, natural color. Greens, reds, oranges, purples. Can you pronounce the ingredients? The fewer the ingredients, the better. Don't fall for fad diets. Eat foods your grandmother would recognize. Beans, leafy greens, oats, nuts, berries, olive oil. Sip water throughout the day. And don't eat in front of the television. It tricks your brain into thinking you're still hungry. Instead, sit at the table and eat like it matters, because it does. Adaptability might be the trickiest. It's hard to change when you've done something one way for 50 years. But you can. You've done harder things. You've survived grief, loss, heartbreak, illness. Changing your morning routine? That's nothing compared to what you've already overcome. So when life throws you a change, a new doctor, a new phone, a new ache, breathe through it. Ask questions, stay open, and remind yourself, I can handle this, because you can. And curiosity? That's your spark. Feed it. Ask more questions than you answer. Read something outside your usual genre. Try something your grandkids are into. You don't have to be good at it. Just be curious. Look up at the stars. Learn about the birds in your yard. Rewatch a movie from your youth and notice something new. Curiosity brings surprise, and surprise brings joy. That's how you keep life fresh, even when your joints creak louder than your floorboards. Here's a simple but powerful thing to try. Each night, write down 3 things that made you smile. A kind word, a breeze, a funny memory. This rewires your brain to look for the good, even on hard days. And a positive outlook doesn't just feel nice, it adds years to your life. Now, if you've made it this far, you might be wondering, why don't more people do this? Why do so many fade out early when the road to vitality is so clear? The answer is simple. It's not flashy. It doesn't promise instant results. It requires patience. But if you start planting seeds now, the harvest will surprise you. You'll feel stronger. You'll stand taller. You'll laugh more. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be one of those rare souls who sees 100 not as a miracle, but as a milestone. So here's your invitation. Don't settle for just existing. Don't believe the lie that your best days are behind you. You are not done growing. You are not done loving. You are not done mattering. The world still needs your wisdom, your humor, your stories, your presence. Someone out there still needs to hear your voice, even if it shakes. And if anyone ever tries to tell you that it's too late, just smile and keep walking. Because now you know the truth. You've got 6 secrets in your pocket. You've got years ahead of you waiting to be filled. And if you're still here, still curious, still listening, you're already halfway there. Now, if you found even one thing in this that made you pause, that made you feel seen or sparked an idea, you know what to do. Hit subscribe. We're just getting started. And drop a comment below. Tell us where you're watching from. Maybe someone near you is walking this same path, looking for the same light. And who knows? Maybe 100's not the finish line. Maybe it's the warm-up.